everybody, this is Miles Luigi, and welcome to Chapter 3 of the Paper Mario Alone Run. And of course, Chapter 3 reiterates a point that the biggest challenge here is, of course, good preparation. That is what the Mario Run has been about so far, and it's what it continues to be, because Chapter 3 introduces a partner that is able to protect Mario from enemy attacks, because many enemies in Chapter 3 are able to charge their attacks and do a lot of damage to Mario. I can't use that partner. And it's due to the high attack power of these enemies that HP starts taking up a little bit of a priority, so I level up Mario's HP all the way up to 25, whereas in many other challenges, most players, if they do choose to do a challenge, probably won't raise Mario's HP up this high. In my case, it's probably pretty much needed. But with that said, let's talk about Forever Forest. Forever Forest works similar to some type of Lost Woods, like Lost Woods in Ocarina of Time, or any type of Lost Woods in Legend of Zelda. Taking the wrong path will send you right back to the beginning. But, well, you don't have to talk to somebody to get the path, because literally the correct path is laid out in front of you if you pay attention to the pattern in the foreground. The two enemies here shouldn't be a big problem, because Forest Fuzzies aren't any stronger than normal Fuzzies, and Piranha Plants can only do a single point damage to Mario, and can be subtly put asleep from Mario's new Star Power Lullaby. However, in the case you don't necessarily showcase a great defense like myself, not the greatest defense anyway, I found myself low on HP too much than I thought I would be low on HP, and frankly it's a little bit of an embarrassing performance. Despite that, inside Forever Forest there's two hidden passageways, ones that gets you to an HP plus and the other to an FP plus badge. Basically both those badges guarantees that I won't need to level up either HP past 25 or FP past 10 until I hit the game's badge point limit of 30. So, after we get past Forever Forest, we enter Boora's Mansion, which there's no combat nor challenge to. However, here's a fun thing I learned this time playing through the game. The Boos who dance to the record will continue to dance to the record even if you play the record too fast. I didn't try too slow, but this is kind of funny. You should watch this. And of course, in Boo's Mansion, Mario finds these Super Boots. I personally always like the animation Mario uses while he is using the Super Boots. Regardless, this increases Mario's jumping attack power, which will be greatly used from here on out. Gee, Mario is a really popular guy. Even the dead are now spectating him, like it or not. Okay, that was a bad joke. Alright, now I have to explain my reasoning to go out of my way to fight Junior Troopa and collect more star pieces in the ground. Flower Savor, one of the badges from Merlow, greatly helps many of Mario's moves and makes them cost 1 FP as opposed to 2 FP, allowing me to even greater utilize a lot of Mario's abilities here and make more efficient battles. However, the game doesn't give a player a Flower Saver badge until Chapter 6, and by that point, Mario's level is sufficient enough that saving FP isn't a great issue anymore. Power Plus is collectible at Chapter 4, and All or Nothing is purchasable immediately after Chapter 4, and I'm not in any need of that extra Power Plus for until just before Chapter 6. So, since I went on my way to get Flower Saver, I have to fight Junior Troopa early. This battle can be especially challenging to new players, because Junior Troopa does 5 damage per turn, and the most damage the player runs to earlier was really 2 or 3. There might have been an on-off case of an enemy that does more than 2 or 3 damage, but this is like the big guy, definitely does a lot of damage. Even if you're good on your guarding, he does a lot of damage, and he has no easily exploitable weakness. This battle is literally a constant back and forth no matter how you go towards it. In the terms of the Mario Alone Run, the battle will last at least 8 turns, assuming Power Jump is used every turn, and Mario needs to take at least 21 HP of damage in the case that we just Power Bounce every turn. In my case, I didn't necessarily bring enough FP to the battle of the Power Jump every turn, so I had to use a single refresh, but in the grand scheme of things, didn't make too big of a difference. Enjoy! And of course, after purchasing Flower Savor, I pick up both Deep Focus and Power Rush from the chest. Both badges normally don't see too much use in a normal player's playthrough, as both badges are situational. They focus on aspects that the player normally doesn't use. Player doesn't normally focus very much, and player doesn't normally put Mario at 5 HP or lower very much. But with that said, Power Rush can be a godsend to get Mario out of a close battle, or utilized as a very inexpensive way to increase Mario's attack power when you want to keep him in danger or have him enter a battle in danger. It'll probably see at least one use in this run. As for Deep Focus, it does increase Mario's focus power quite a bit. I just don't have any planned use for the badge because it usually works in best with tandem with the Group Focus badge to allow both Mario and his partner to rapidly kill the star gauge and kill enemies with star power. Given that I can't use a partner to use the Group Focus badge, we're not going to be seeing very much Deep Focus. Anyway, after all the star piece hunting and finally picking up Flower Savor, we're heading on over back to the Gusty Gulch, where there are many hyper enemies. This is where we can see both Sleepy Stomp and Dizzy Attack really shine here. When the Goombas line up in a formation of 3, it is possible, assuming all the status ailments to work, to never be attacked by a single counter attack, therefore eliminating any chance that Goomba's hyper attack will hurt Mario. It's worth noting that Sleepy Stomp, while very effective on a Goomba, is not guaranteed to work, and in the case of a failure, I either need to call for a lullaby or I simply need to run away. In the case of 3 Goombas, which is very common in the Gulchy Gulch, all of them charged up, that's 24 HP damage that can only be reduced down to 18 HP damage in a single attack. That's quite a lot of HP. The only enemy in Tubba's Castle are the Clubbas. They have 8 HP and 3 attack power and will commonly come in large groups. That 8 HP makes it impossible for Mario to one-round KO a single Clubba, as even with the Power Plus badge, Mario's only able to do up to 7 attack power with a Power Jump or Power Smash. They simply have too much HP to one-round KO. It also takes too long to use the Charge and Quake Hammer strategy while fighting 4 of them, because by the time Mario is ready to finally use the Quake Hammer, he will have suffered at least 12 HP damage and up to 36 HP damage from counter attacks. However, Clubbas, along with the Goombas outside, are also very vulnerable to the Sleepy Stomp and Lullaby. Sleepy Stomp allows Mario to greatly control the Clubbas' counter attack and survive long enough to make it through most of the battles. And of course, Lullaby is used anytime 4 appear because that counter attack is not a happy one to counter attack. Also, I chose to complete Tubba Castle without using Boil to avoid the grabbers, despite this being a little hypocritical because I need to use the partners to solve some of the game's puzzles in the first place. But my thought on it was that, it's possible to complete the dungeon without Boil's help to get past the grabbers. Might as well try it. It turns out that this is not only possible, but it's also possible to avoid all the grabbers without Speedy Spin as well. This doesn't mean that it didn't get caught, as Mario spectators will be quick to let you know. And inside of Tubba's Castle are 2 badges, D-Down Jump and Mega Rush. D-Down Jump will be critical to some of the later game boss fights, as Mario's jump is generally better at doing more damage than the hammer once buffed. And a move that both utilizes a jump and pierces defense is a very welcome addition to the badge list. Mega Rush, on the other hand, is a very situational badge, because rarely will you have Mario running around with 1 HP, and the additional 4 attack power is usually not worth it. It also does not stack with Power Rush, unlike in this game's sequel, Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. However, in those niche situations where it is useful, whether your strategy involves Mario being damaged down to 1 HP, starting the battle with 1 HP, or somehow getting randomly lucky enough to be knocked down to 1 HP, the badge will get Mario out of a situation when leveraged properly. Now over to Tubbas Heart. I'll admit that I don't execute my strategy as well as I would like to. Matter of fact, this battle marks the first time I had to restart due to a little improper planning. Let's take a look at Tubbas Heart itself. It follows a similar pattern to the hyper enemies. He'll take a turn to charge his attack and then unleash this attack on Mario. A normal player would use Bow to dodge this. The attack does 12 damage, and I still have no idea when the time to press the A button to guard it. However, since I cannot use Bow in this battle, I am forced to survive the attack. The only aspect of this battle which makes it possible without close call luck or inflating HP, as I'll get to shortly, is the Shrink Stomp badge, because Tubbas Heart has one weakness to a status ailment, and it happens to be the shrinking status ailment. In this game, being shrunk drops attack power in half, which is perfect when fighting enemies like Tubbas Heart, because that drops that 12 attack power down to 6 attack power. Without Shrink Stomp, Mario needs to survive 8 counterattack, assuming Power Jump is used every turn. And assuming, of course, you nail the action command with every Power Jump as well. Assuming Tubbas Heart attacks with the charge at every opportunity, Mario would need to survive a minimum of 40 HP damage, which that HP level isn't unfeasible, but it'd be a huge waste for me to level up Mario's HP up that high at that point when badge points start to become much more useful in the oncoming chapters. While using Shrink Stomp does prolong the battle a little bit, along with my not quite ideal power bouncing, it does make the battle possible without the close call luck or inflating Mario's HP very high. So, enjoy! Anyway, that has been Chapter 3. Join me for the big shenanigans and hijinks Chapter 4, and the Shy Guys will bring me next time. See you later.